Somebody asked me to recommend some books to become a better writer. My name is Gina. I'm an author, editor, publishing professional. I help you make your writing better. Enough people have asked me this over the last year or so that I have been doing these videos that I finally put together in Amazon storefront. So full disclosure, I do earn commissions on these things, but I did not put anything on the list, and the list is something that I have actually read, implemented, and I do think is useful for people. So there's a couple of different versions of Save the Cat. Is particularly Save the Cat writes a novel that is the foundation of the beat sheet and the plotting system that I use. There's some workbooks in there. There are a bunch of different books on characters. In particular, there's 3 different titles by Jordan McCullum that are just really, really great. They are so densely full of information, but they are very, very quick reads. So they're like character viewpoints, character deaths, and character I can't write and character arcs, I think is the other one. So she has this great 3 book series about characters. There is also a pair of books that are they are anthologies edited by Dan Cobalt, and they are putting fact in fantasy and putting the science back in science fiction. And so these are a series of essays, each one written by people who are experts in their field on how you can integrate speculative elements into fantasy and science fiction without having to become an expert on those things, but still make the world feel immersive and believable and cohesive and all of those things. So if you have ever been like, oh, I don't want to do all of the research to figure out the different, those books are fantastic, either science fiction or fantasy, and honestly, I recommend both because we are seeing more and more genre benders, and you might be writing a genre bender and you never know when the thing about like biology is going to apply to the thing that you were doing in fantasy, but there's like information in there about like swords and horses and viruses in space and like all kinds of cool stuff that you can learn and become like a miniature expert on, like where Tony Stark is like, yeah, I became an expert in that last night. You can feel that way after reading those books. And of course, Lisa Crone's Story Genius is on here. That is one of the best books on character and making a story dependent on a character. That is the craft book that I recommend to people more often than anything else. So if you want to see the books that I recommend to people, if you want to become a better writer, that is linked in my bio underneath the Amazon link on my link tree.